Welcome to this week's vlog. I decided that since the last few weeks have been so busy and the last few vlogs we've been traveling so much that this vlog for this week we're going to stay close to home. We've got a couple of jobs to do which we can go on, and otherwise we're going to start here in my back garden in Dubai. It's getting close to springtime, and the shot that you saw just before is the bird that has created a nest, and there are 2 eggs in there. I can see the eggs from our top balcony. So springtime is coming here in Dubai. It gets really hot here in the summer, but right now it's March and the weather is very nice, middle of the day, and I can still sit outside. As I said, it's been so busy. It's been crazy busy and so much to do. Last week I finally was able to finish a couple of projects. I've got a lot more that I want to start working on now, and I just decided I need to maybe just take a break for a little bit. I know I was talking to a friend of mine and they were feeling the same. Life today gets so busy that we hardly have time to just take a breath. I was thinking back over the last year that I've had and realized that in June I was in New Zealand. My daughters are there, so spending time with them. Came back to Dubai for a month. Then I went to the US for 6 months. September came back, was in Dubai. And then towards the end of October went to Bali, got stuck there because a volcano blew up, and we stayed there for just over a week until the flights could go and we could get on a plane. Came back here, had a couple of weeks, had some nice visitors, then back to New Zealand, December, January, and then back here in the beginning of February. And I have 2 lives. I have one in New Zealand, and then I have one here in Dubai. So by the time I got back here, there was so many things I had to get done. So it's been crazy busy. My daughter was here with her friend, and of course my values are that we focus on family, so she got the attention as much as possible. So I was ready after finishing my projects last week to get started in some new ones, and realized, hey, I just need to take a break. And I was talking to a couple of friends as well that travel a lot, and your life just gets so crazy because you tend to just try to always keep up with what you're trying to do. And what I've realized is that what goes out the window is my fitness and my health. I find those are the most difficult things to keep in focus and in priority when I'm traveling so much. So I've decided I've got things to do. I will do the things that need to be done, but taking a break and getting realigned. It reminded me, I went last week with my husband to get our tires. We got new tires on the truck, and they had to be realigned. And I feel like that right now. I just need some realignment. So and definitely in the health and fitness. So I had a fantastic time at the gym today, looking forward to getting back to the gym every day. And for me, need to focus on getting some new recipes that I can cook and enjoy the food that I eat. I realized that as I got older, my way my body works wasn't accepting the same kinds of foods that I always had before. And it was over the Christmas period when I was in New Zealand, my daughter and I, we started working on some recipes for the Paleo diet. So that's basically taking out all of the grains and any gluten and dairy. And my gosh, I felt so much better. I don't know what's happened. And I could always eat anything before, but all of a sudden body changes, and I've found something that I can use to change my diet. So Today we're going to head over to one of the supermarkets here, the Union Co-op, which has got a great selection of vegetables and things, and come back, and I've bought a new food processor, and I really want to figure out how to use that. So if any of you have some great recipes, paleo recipes using a food processor, or any great hints on how to use a food processor, make sure you comment on the bottom of the video, and that'd be fantastic. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to head over to Union Co-op and then another supermarket, get back here, and make some dinner tonight with a new recipe. I've got some great recipe books, one from New Zealand and a couple I picked up here. So let's go. We're gonna head over to the spice section, and it's one of my favorites. There's amazing spices here. We finished at the other shop, and we just need to pick up some meat, and we've stopped at another supermarket called Spinneys. It's on the way home. And in the UAE, an interesting thing, if you haven't been, is that because of the Muslim religion here, the pork is not in the main section of the supermarket. So we will go to a isolated room, and there's plenty of pork products there, but it's not in full view of the rest of the food that's being sold. So we'll pick up our meat, and then we're going to head home to start our dinner. Well, we made it back to the kitchen, and we're going to try out some of these paleo meals. I'm going to do a curry, so we have it in the fridge this week in case we get busy and don't have time to cook. And we have chicken cooking here, and we're gonna, this one, you use a lot of coconut milk in paleo cooking. So we're going to use a couple of these. Seems like a lot, but it's a really light one. It's not heavy. And then we're going to add some red curry paste into there. And looks good to me. This is how I cook. Okay, we've got our chicken. It's been cooking over here, and in the meantime, I've been cooking these vegetables. Now I've got some mushrooms and carrots in there, and we're going to add these courgettes. The great thing about the paleo is that it has tons and tons of vegetables, and I love my vegetables. So one of the reasons I really like this paleo. So we'll stir that up. Get that just sauteing a little bit. We don't want it started to cook too much. I've been doing a bit too busy here. Now I said I was going to use my food processor. It's kind of hidden over there. That's the food processor I bought, or my husband bought for me. Wasn't that a nice gift? Bought that for me so that I could do a bit more better cooking. But I do not have time to figure out how to use that today. And I'm in a bit of a rush, so I'm just going to finish cutting up this pepper. I'm going to put that in, and we're going to dump all of that into our curry over there. We've got all of our vegetables here in this curry, the red curry. So tons of vegetables, which I like. And paleo cooking a lot of times uses kale. So these big sheets of kale that we had, I've chopped them up. And we're going to dump that into that curry there. And there we go. Doesn't that look great? Let me get my spoon. And we're going to stir that up. Yum. And that's going to cook a bit. And I'm going to put it in the fridge so that if we're busy, we can eat that another day. And then of course with paleo cooking, you don't use rice or anything. We'll just eat it like that. You can stir fry some cauliflower, chop the cauliflower up and stir fry it a bit and use that as a replacement for rice. I've used that, so we might do that tomorrow. I'm going to go on to the next item that I'm going to be cooking for tonight. I'm actually really enjoying all of this cooking here. I haven't been in the kitchen for a long time, and I'm really enjoying it, although it's taken a lot more time getting sorted today. I'm not in best practices at the moment. So we'll get on to our next one, which is a mint lamb rack. We're now ready to make these lamb cutlets. So you'll see that I have browned them a little bit in the pan. We're going to put them in the oven. And the browning of it, obviously, it just seals the flavor in. And we're going to put a bit of a crust on it. So it's going to have these, it's supposed to be pistachios, but I've got a few hazelnuts, and lemon, and garlic, and mint, and the zest of a lemon, so the outside of the lemon skin. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. We're going to make it into a paste. Now, I wish I knew how to use that food processor, and I don't yet, so I'm going to have to do this by hand. I'm running a little bit late, so I'm going to do it very quickly and put it on the outside, and then we'll put it in the oven. Chopped everything up and finished making the crust for the rack of lamb. I'm telling you, I really wish I knew how to use that food processor, but it's all ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick it into the oven and cook it in there for about 20 minutes. And while that's happening, I'll make a couple other things, the salad and a little bit of cauliflower, and then we'll be sorted for dinner and clean up my curry, and that'll be it. Well, the dinner's ready, and it looks like a pretty good paleo meal. So we've got the rack of lamb that we were cooking, and it's got that hazelnut, lemon, mint crust, and then we have it's not potatoes, this is cauliflower. So it's cauliflower with a grilled onion on top. I really wish I did have that food processor working because it would have been a lot easier. And then we've got this spinach salad, and it's got pear, cranberries, red onion, and the red little pieces there are beetroot sprouts. I found those, so immensely nutritious, just to add some of those to the top. So I'm ready for a nice dinner and a relaxing evening, And it's been fantastic to be able to get back in the kitchen and cook and be able to focus on my health and fitness today. And I even got a lot more done as well. So all of you that are out there who are, struggling with having way too much to do, sometimes I think we just need to say, that's enough. I need just to realign myself, get back on track. And a lot of times what's off track is health and fitness. So we're going to keep doing that this week, and we're back to traveling next week. My husband came into my office the other day and said, hey, I've got a few days off. Let's go down to the Seychelles. So the Seychelles is about a 6-hour flight just south of Dubai. And the best part of that is that we lived in the Seychelles for just over 7 years. That was back in the 1990s, and I'm looking forward to getting back, especially doing some of the walks. We used to do the hash house harriers down there, so gonna go try to find those white dots, any of you that know what hash house harriers is, through the forest and do some walking, have some great fresh fish, and catch up with some people that we haven't seen for a really long time. So have a great week, and we'll catch you next time.